Forgiving mistakes is a noble act that brings peace and comfort to the heart. It draws us closer to the pleasure of Allah and purifies our soul. Perhaps you are that noble person. Remember, just as we hope for forgiveness from Allah, we should also forgive others. Let us all make room for forgiveness in our hearts and fill our lives with peace and happiness. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Forgiveness does not change the past, but it does enlarge the future. The first to apologize is the bravest. The first to forgive is the strongest. The first to forget is the happiest. Forgiveness is the key to action and freedom. Forgive others not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. The truth is, unless you let go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, unless you realize that the situation is over, you cannot move forward. Forgiveness is not always easy. At times it feels more painful than the wound we suffered to forgive the one that inflicted it. And yet, there is no peace without forgiveness. Forgiveness is the giving, and so the receiving, of life. Forgive, forget, bear with the faults of others as you would have them bear with yours. Forgiveness is the final form of love. It's one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, to forgive. Forgive everybody. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door of resentment and the handcuffs of hate. It is a power that breaks the chains of bitterness and the shackles of selfishness. Forgiveness is a funny thing. It warms the heart and cools the sting. The first step in forgiveness is the willingness to forgive. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. Forgiveness is not something we do for other people. We do it for ourselves to get well and move on. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. Forgive yourself for your faults and your mistakes and move on. Forgiveness liberates the soul. It removes fear. Forgiveness is the gentle wind that disperses the storm clouds of the heart. True forgiveness is not just about letting go of the past, but embracing the future with hope. The power of forgiveness lies in its ability to restore the humanity of both the giver and the receiver. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, wrapped in compassion and tied with understanding. To forgive is to release the chains of the past and embrace the wings of freedom. Forgiveness is not forgetting, it's remembering without anger. The essence of forgiveness is not in the words, but in the heartfelt release of pain. If you want to watch videos about everyday problems you encounter, click on the video on the left. And if you want to listen to quotes about power decisions, click on the video on the right.